What's up, guys? THEESOLOIST here. In this video, we're going to look at the Jump Force Reddit. If you love Jump Force, you need to be on the Reddit first and foremost. Great community there. Some people very edgy, but as far as content goes, you'll find a lot of great content available to you. And I actually saw this post and his name, and I quote, Young Dagger Dick, made a nice post for balances, and so you could hopefully you guys could see it and make it out there. Try to make the browser as big as possible, so hopefully you can make out the text. But Young Dagger Dick here posted this yesterday: Jump Force balance changes, game improvement, concept wish list. So we actually did a pretty detailed and well organized list. That's why part of the reason why I wanted to review it. So I actually haven't seen the list myself. I hadn't went through it at all. I'd like to share that with you. And I noticed, as I kept on scrolling, that there's other people that have commented as well with, I guess, ideas of their own. So we'll get to that as well. Obviously, giving credit along the way to anybody else who has any ideas. So I have ideas of my own. I would love to share them, but I won't do it now. I'll do it in the concept or in the context of the video. And if any of them still stand out or I haven't mentioned any, I'll get to that in my closing remarks. So without further ado, let's get into it. Thank you, Young Dagger Dick, Young Dagger D. I'm going to say that. Your name's Dagger D to me now. So Jump Force balance changes by Young Dagger D. Game improvement concept wish list. I was just thinking about the state of the game and I made a list of adjustments and features that I would like to see implemented because personally, I think it would make the game more fun and enjoyable for the players. I know most of these changes are unlikely to occur, but I thought it would be fun to just brainstorm and hope they add these ideas slowly in future patches or in a sequel game. I don't think we're going to get a sequel game anytime soon. This game came out last year, but again, these are his ideas. Let's see. Let's jump into it. Please share any other concept changes you think would make nice additions to the game too. All right, cool. So number 1, make switches available forwards and backwards. You can select either one of your team to switch to instead of being forced to go to the next player. Okay, so this is that Storm 4 feature where you're able to have 2 players, so 3 players total, 2 supports rather, and you're able to switch from the first support or the second support, right? You have that option. Obviously in Jump Force you don't. You have to rotate between each player, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and then 3 to 1. I'm 100% with you as far as that's what I thought at the very beginning. I did not like that idea. It sucks even now when you're in practice mode and you want to practice with, one character and a support, that as soon as you try that attempt one time, you have to rotate, reset to get back to that first character. It makes training really tough. So this would definitely help for that. What I will say, however, is that, I don't know, man, I kind of like the idea that, it's kind of grown on me, actually. It kind of grew on me. It forces players, and this is what I like about it. It forces players to be good with 3 characters. All right? Sorry, and I just grabbed my water. It forces players to be good with 3 characters because when you switch, there's a time frame in which you have to wait. And at least at that point, you have to stay with that character. And a lot of people do not want to do that. So, but then again, if you switch with the other team, you still have to do that too, right? So, I don't know, man, how do I feel about it? Where do I stand? I agree, I wouldn't change it, right? That's just me, but I'm not mad at you for it. Number 2, make assists disappear when you're hit. Okay, I get it. Why would you want to have that happen? You want to have that happen because you finally gain an advantage in a round, in a match. You got your opponent, you caught them slipping, and their support is hitting you, and you want their support to disappear. I would advise against that. Now, here's what I will say. In Storm 4, and I'm assuming you got that first idea from Storm 4, so, hopefully you catch on to my references or anybody else. In Storm 4, the most annoying thing is that when you actually had somebody in the combo, at any point in that combo, they were able to bring out their supports. For instance, a fireball from Sasuke as a support and basically stop your combo right there. That was super annoying because you already had the advantage. It was clear at that time. They shouldn't be able to use their support. That shouldn't happen, right? That's where I think Jump Force has it right. As far as if they use, and I would kind of disagree a little bit, or have some pushback, not disagree, but some pushback for you, is if they've used that support before they were hit, we know they can't use supports while they're hit. It should, I believe it should remain. That's kind of my take on that one. Number 3, make escapes require the player to have at least a quarter of meter to work. Still drains stamina meter to 0. I agree 100%. I don't have anything negative to say about that. I think people, you know what I mean? You're in your combo. It's hard for you as a person who's doing your combos to account for the fact that you have this invisible bar of regeneration that can occur at any point in time, and there's nothing for you to keep track of it, right? We have every other bar on screen. We have the ability bar. You can see, okay, they have 0 out of 5 ability bars. They can't hit me with anything crazy. They have 2, okay, they can hit me with a certain move, right? You don't have that when it comes to escaping, and a lot of people escape and go right into another ability. That makes it very tough. And so that information, at the very least, I would say needs to be on screen, that ability bar is coming back. Or, as you mentioned here, which is another great solution, require them to have at least a quarter, right? And I think you might have, quarter meter, to work. So I like that idea. I agree with it. I think that's one that they should definitely implement. God damn, I'm going to be thirsty after this, man. Make Awakenings, 4. Make Awakenings ultimates available from dealing out damage, not receiving damage. Make Awakenings ultimates, okay, available from dealing out damage, not receiving damage. Now, I'm not understanding this one. Let me see here. Make Awakenings ultimate available from dealing out damage, not receiving. Oh! Wait. No, I don't understand. Are you saying that... No, I don't know what you're saying, honestly. I don't get it, and I apologize for it. But it makes me think of this, and hopefully this is in the realm of what you're talking about. And the ultimate, I think, is the most broken thing in the game, right? And that's something I'm going to do a video on personally. I think Awakening in this game is unbelievable. The way, they scale damage, especially when it comes to combos, and a lot of combos that I do require you to switch characters. So I'll go from one character to another, switch characters. There's actually a damage reduction if you switch characters, and I guess it's there to balance the game from you to, doing any crazy long combos, and the damage gets reduced so much so that an ultimate normally that would take 40% would literally even take 3% damage, which is absolutely nuts in my opinion. Damage scaling in this game is so broken. They need to find a better system for it. What's even more broken is the ultimate ability here. So I would rather see the ultimate awakening, instead of it increasing the damage figures, actually reduce the damage that character takes. That would be an interesting concept. That would be new, right? And it forces character play on skill, because right now a lot of people, when they're down, they rely on their awakening to bridge the gap. Bridge the gap of the skill that they don't have. So that's where the extra damage comes in. I would like to see that personally. So I apologize if I didn't understand it before. Hopefully you can let me know what you think. Number 5, make high-speed counters timing more consistent online. I agree. The high-speed counters, I honestly, I think they should remove that out of the game entirely, unless it's on that first initial hit. So if I'm coming to you and I'm about to punch you and then you counter at that point, yes. But this mid-combo garbage where I have you in the combo in my 4th hit and then you're able to counter it. I've even had situations where I was using the girl from One Piece where she uses the hearts. I'm sorry, I don't know her name. Uses the hearts and I froze them into stone, and I was about to send them into do a stage transition, and he literally countered me that hit. You should not be able to do that whatsoever. You're frozen in stone, and yet you come out of the stone and yet counter me. Like, no. That needs to go. So yeah, I think they need to make it more consistent. I think they need to even look at a workaround for that one. Number 6, fix frame rate and performance issues on all maps for XB1. Again, I'm on PS4, so I can't really speak to that. Number 7, nerf Dark End and Perfect Barrier. I am a Dark End user, not a Dark End spammer, a Dark End user. You can check out my content, you'll see the difference. Yeah, no, nerf it. The thing about the Dark End, it's actually, you know, people were complaining about it for a while now, and actually in one of the more recent patches where it was changed, it got a buff, in my opinion. Before, you weren't actually able to do the like Dark End now will catch you in the middle of the air. Before, it was just on the ground. They actually made it so that if you try to jump over it now, and you'll see it sometimes, that you'll get stuck on top of the Dark End. That wasn't there before, so they actually buffed it in the last patch. So I'd be really surprised to see them, you know, do a 360 now and, you know, bring it back. Again, I wouldn't care either way. I would make it work. But yeah, I get that. Perfect Barrier needs to be nerfed. Perfect Barrier needs to be nerfed. You cannot grab him, right? They push you back. It combos into basically anything from, you know, Vegeta's thing to Goku stuffed. Any ability basically connects with it too well, and any follow-up from that, it's, you know, it's unbelievable. The amount of damage that Cell can hand out just because of that, and it makes it such a rock, paper, scissors game where you can't grab it. Any move that you do will get pushed away. Any support that you will get pushed away, so you'll take double damage. It 100% needs to be nerfed. I agree with you 100% there. Next one, 8, add cinematic team ultimates. Example, if Goku and Vegeta are on your team and you have a full awakening active, do special ultimates attack with the 2 of them. I agree, that'd be cool. I've seen that in every other anime fighter. It makes sense. Number 9, nerf Gum Red Hawk. Yes, I agree with that. Nerf Gum. The tracking on it is ridiculous. The area effect on it is ridiculous. And yeah, the way it connects. You know what I mean? Like if you have another move that comes up against it, it will win. I think it has priority over every other move in the game. So there's that. So definitely nerf that. Nerf Gum. Number 10, remove super armor for all unblockable special moves. Do I agree with that? Now, when you say all unblockable special moves, right? So those are the moves like the Saint Seiya grab to the Hidden Lotus thing. Would I say remove the super? I would say no. I would say no. A lot of the moves, I think they're fairly balanced. The reason why I say that is because they all have really slow startup. And if you time it well, you can really watch it and see when it happens. Same thing with Zoro. Zoro has its own unblockable attack. And a lot of people find it annoying because they get caught by it every time. But if you look and you see somebody attacking you with a Zoro, for instance, and they're on your shield, you know they're going to want to use it. Right, so if you actually wait and watch it, you're able to dodge it every time, and I think it's pretty much the same for any of the other ones out there as well too. You just gotta pay a little bit more attention, so it's not as broken as it seems, especially at the very beginning. But just something to practice. So I would actually leave that one alone. 11, have 3 separate health bars, 1 per character, blue health mechanic. I would say no. I disagree here. I think I respectfully disagree. I think that what they did in this game of putting all the character bars together makes perfect sense to me. One thing I didn't like in Storm 4 is that you would have these other characters that literally would get hit and knocked away, but you've already switched characters and their health bar wouldn't take damage. This allows it so that people have to play much more strategically, and they can't just be throwing out random stuff, because if they get knocked, they suffer the consequence for it. Also, too, if somebody has a team where, you know, they catch both players or both characters by 1 hit, take the double damage. You should take double damage for it. Imagine seeing 2 characters getting hit by something, the same thing, flying up in the air, but they don't take extra damage for it. To me, that just wouldn't make sense. I really like the way they have it right now. Number 12, remove 7 hit rush attack limit. So players aren't encouraged to just spam super attacks and are rewarded by coming up with combos that add more combat variety. I agree with that, right? I agree with that. I personally have received some slack, especially with how I combo my stuff. I put a lot of abilities together, right? The reason why I ended up putting a lot of special abilities together is because I would have people that would counter my attacks halfway through it, and I wasn't good enough to do the air dodging, so I would always lose out in such a stupid fashion. And so in order for me to combat that, I realized, wait, you can't counter abilities. I started on this trend to how do I connect certain abilities while minimizing the amount of physical attack I actually do. And so I understand where people will get frustrated with that. But again, the game does, and you make a good point here, the game does lend to people and push and encourage people to play like that. So yeah, I get that. I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't be mad. I would agree with that point there. Number 13. Remove the autofill meter mechanic where your special meter charges from 0 to 1 on its own. Or at least let's make it so that only happens when awakened. Autofill meter awakened. When your special meter charges from 0 to 1. Oh. Only happens. So no. I like that. I like that feature a lot. It's different. Right? Even playing PlayStation All-Stars, I remember. You know what I mean? Not to have your level 1. I like it this way. It makes sense to me. Even if I think in the terms of the anime world, if you just dodge and move around, in some ways you're regaining your energy. 1 meter is perfect. 1 meter is perfect. And this is what I would say to you, Daddy D, is that we don't want to encourage things the other way now, right? And as someone who doesn't awaken in the games at all, this would now encourage me to awaken. Encourage people that spam awakening, that literally as soon as you start a match or a round, they just awaken right away. That is ridiculous to me, right? And so this would encourage that so that they can start spamming abilities and knowing that their bar is going to regenerate in such a way. I wouldn't want to see that whatsoever. No, I think we should leave it as it is. 14, improve. And I don't want people to go ahead, actually. So let's keep it at the bottom like that. Yeah, let's do it like that. 14, improve animations for characters during stage changes. Some of them look clunky right now. That's true. I would like to see that improved in another game, in a later game. You made that point earlier for in a sequel. I think this one, out of all the changes that we're asking of the studio, this one we could leave on a back burner. They should work on that in another sequel. Let's see. Improve animations for characters. Is that the right one? Okay. Add unique 15. Add unique dialogue characters interests for DLC characters. Yeah. I honestly agree with that. Not just DLC characters. Even to have custom phrases, right? The intro of games really matter. I think Storm 4 had a really good one where they come and they clash each other. They do that in this game. But it feels very... It doesn't prepare you for the match. You know what I mean? Like, you want that excitement when you go into a match, like, all right, it's about to happen. Right? And you see Madara say something crazy. Or Hisoka more animated with what he's talking about or whatever. Something like that where it's like, yeah, it's about to go down type deal. If you know, you know. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then I can't help you. I'd like to see that too. Add music selection option when choosing a stage instead of locking music tracks to a specific stage. I agree. I think they actually should have a larger music track selection because it's very lacking. And the matches could feel a lot better and more intense with better music. That's something they could definitely improve upon. Especially that you have your intro music of the whole Jump Force playing in some of the stages. That's not really cool to me. 17. Add unlockable music tracks for the featured anime series in the game for players to use during the match. I agree. More music from the actual anime would and again, you have all the rights for this. So why that, and I'm assuming you have the rights for it, why not? Why not? That would help with the game. It would help for the atmosphere of what's going on here, bring all the worlds together. It just makes sense. Again, you can borrow this. If Jump Force is at all similar to the Smash Bros. Series, one of the great things about that, and I'm sure other people are starting to watch other animes, or for instance, Real Saiba, Nobody knew about Real Saibo. Very few people knew about Real Saibo, and now you do, right? And so that's great. Imagine getting the music from that game, and the music is nice. That would also help, you know, their sales and whatever else they're trying to push afterwards. So great idea there. 18, add alternative costumes and colors for non-CSC characters. I like that. You know, even as far as personalization options, why not? Why not just, well, you said costumes, right? So that makes sense. Not just the colors, but you said costumes. So again, I agree with that. You have the features in the game. They're the first anime fighter to actually do it like this. I do not count Shinobi Strikers. So I like that. I like that. And again, great list so far, Daddy D. Great list so far. I like, you know, you've really thought this through. 19, add character select options in friendly match. So when rematching, you don't have to remake a game every time you want to use different characters. Another Storm feature. I like it, right? I do like the fact that so long as we don't choose, and this is, I hope it doesn't go this way, so long as we don't choose who we face off, I like this random select stuff. Not seeing who you're about to face and then accepting it, just putting you into the match. I like that. Rematching, I even like this too, because I want to beat people until they know they have no chance, right? And some people that I play, you know, I'll play them and then they'll quit, and then I'll see them with a different team in like 2 games from now, right? And it would be nice to allow them to have this feature so that I could beat every single one of their teams in a row and make them quit, right? That's what I like. And so that feature, again, I wouldn't mind it whatsoever. It would be a good one. 20, add an endless battle mode so you can spectate and rotate in with friends while battling. I like that. I agree with that. 21, add lobbies so multiple friends can fight each other like Xenoverse or Fighter Z. I don't play Dragon Ball, but again, the multiple friends can fight each other. I like it. I know Storm had something like that too, the tournament thing. Add real bracket style tournament mode with customization options. Right? I think they're working on that. 23, add snapback features. When a player is launched away, they can expend a quarter of their stamina to close the distance in a way similar to an escape counter, so they can keep on the pressure like Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Interesting. Whoa. Now that one you got me. I haven't played the Budokai series, so I'm not sure how that actually looks or that'd be implemented. But that would work well, especially with the stage transitions and sorry for the noise if you guys are hearing it. You know, they're making a bit of noise upstairs, but that'd be a cool one. That'd be a cool one. 24, add new non-event exclusive costumes or bring back old event rewards every so often. Yes. I would like to see more exclusive reward options being handed out. I saw somebody with Jiraiya hair. I don't know if that was an exclusive thing, but yeah, bring more of those. I'd like to see more abilities in the game, and I would like to see more, you know, specific things. Like, for instance, I would love to see Kisame's sword in the game, right? What's it called? Oh my god. How do I forget the sword? But the shark fin, right? Like, imagine having that sword, right? That would be cool. Yeah, no, that'd be pretty dope. That'd be pretty dope to me. And 25, make skill energies purchasable with money so people can upgrade their ability skills and skills plus, giving long-term players something to use their money on. So you can upgrade their ability skills. I think we do have that. Skill energy purchasable with money. So you can upgrade your skills, but honestly, it is kind of useless in the game. I agree with that sentiment that, you know, when you're playing online, chances are you're not playing with the level of your character. Therefore, all your ability skills gets reduced to level 1 versus you're actually being able to use them for what the levels that they are. So you might have a level 4, level 5, whatever. You can't use it. So it is pretty useless. Again, I think you had it right when you talked about, for instance, let's say the music tracks. Maybe you could purchase the music tracks with the money, make them super expensive. What else? Tournaments, maybe entering a tournament costs a certain amount of money, so you have to wager, right? $10,000 per tournament or something like that. That'd be pretty cool. So yeah, so again, huge shout out to Young Dagger D. I refuse to pronounce your name more than I already have. But shout out to you for making this balance changes. Really detailed, well organized. I'd love to do more of these. So if you have any more, definitely shoot me a message anytime. Let me know anything else that you want to do. If you want to do any videos or breakdowns, you're welcome to join. We can set that up as well too. So I'd like to take a moment now to look at the comments, see what else is there, and see if we agree or disagree. Yeah. So this is just too OP, especially if you combine it with Naruto, Sasuke's Chidori Rasengan. Yeah, I think reducing the tracking or making it... Yeah, the tracking... Rasengan has good tracking, but it's really slow. I would leave it. Sasuke's Chidori, not so much of a problem. Maybe you want to reduce the ending lag when you get hit by it. So like the shield stun rather. Maybe that, but yeah, I'd leave those. I wouldn't bother with them. So Desert Swordsman also has a couple comments here. Make bar change. So I'm just going to jump into it. I should take a sip of water because this is going long. All good points though. All good points so far. Make bar charge have a longer startup, more recovery, and charge slower. No. No. I don't agree with that. I think the bar charge is slower enough. I think what he's referring to here is that he's probably having a lot of trouble with players that have a larger, that's better with their abilities than he is. In that case, you need to recognize in certain battles that sometimes certain teams have certain advantages, right? And that'd be a good video to do. You having 5 bars and another team having 5 bars isn't the same. They might be at a better advantage because their abilities match up better with yours, right? So you have to apply pressure and make sure that they don't recover as fast as they do, right? So again, my recovery bar is much higher than most people's because I spend my ability skills increasing my charge, right? And so he might be coming across people that have used the same type of ability skills that I do instead of putting it towards awakening ability and stuff like that. So no, I don't mind that whatsoever. I would leave that alone. 2 for him, remove armor for most skills. No. I think the only armor in the game that is stupid, and if you've ever come across it, when somebody's dashing at you and they try to grab you, if you hit them, for some reason they still have armor and will armor through your hit and still grab the person. That is ridiculous. They need to fix that. So definitely remove armor for some things there. 3, add a 4th skill to all characters, SF. Added second V triggers to all characters, so why not? Some characters are missing fan favorite moves like Kakashi's Kamui, Death, whatever. Interesting. Yes, I think they should actually add a 4th skill. And Desert Swordman, I'm happy you mentioned this because it's something I want to say. You should have the option in this game to be able to get rid of that 4th special ability. I would rather not have a special ability, but have a 4th slot in order for me to use another regular skill like a fireball or something. I just have 4 regular skills and no special ability, which sounds crazy to some people, but man, having to choose 3, if I had 1 more that wasn't a special ability, that would be so much better to me, in my opinion. So yeah, you got good point, and I'm happy you put this here. And then Kakashi's Kamui should have it, right? That should be in the game. I think I'm at 4, but whatever. I'm gonna stop counting because I don't know what the hell I'm at. Ultimate should only work once per round, have reduced damage, and generally be less cheap. Yes. Thank you, Lord. Somebody else out there feels how Ultimate should only work once per round, 1 time. Should you be able to use it? Storm 4 had the ultimate so perfect, it was ridiculous. Storm 4 had it that even if you had the ultimate ability in the first round and you died, in the second round you wouldn't even be able to awaken until after a certain time period has elapsed. Then you were able to use it. In Storm 4 also had it right when going into your awaken, you wouldn't be invulnerable, right? You wouldn't be invulnerable. Why? Remember in Storm you try to go awaken, you can get hit and keep getting hit and you wouldn't be able to actually go there. So if people keep throwing shurikens at you, you wouldn't be able to do it. Here, for some reason, you're invulnerable during the startup, and not only you get a pushback from it, but then you get double the attack and everything just becomes ridiculous. That's way too much. That's way OP. 500% agree with you there. Fix the camera angle so that we can actually enjoy the moves the characters are doing. I like the camera angle. I'm actually going to have a video idea to make that shows people how to control the camera angle in a match and how crucial it is, for certain combos and for certain things. And so I would leave the camera angle. It's a tough thing when you're talking about an arena fighter, and trying to factor in all the moves and special abilities that are there. It's a tough thing to get right. I wouldn't mess with it now because messing with that would basically change how the game feels, and that's not a good thing. Not unless you're gonna make an entirely new sequel. Remove motion blur. There is some of that. I don't feel any motion sickness or blurry effect, so I can't really talk about that one. Make Awakening independent from ultimates. Basically, you can access your ultimate anytime but only once. Even better if they make them cost a meter. Yes. I think that there should be a higher cost. If you're using an ultimate ability, like for instance, Gaara's using his Shukaku, right? Or Naruto using Kurama. If you're using that and you come out of it, you should feel tired, right? Why is it that the regular abilities, like a small Odama Rasengan, right, gets thrown away, and that takes away a fifth, 20% of the chakra that I have, but I go into Bijou mode and give a Bijou bomb and I lose nothing at all? I believe actually that if you have 5 meters, like you should have at least 3 meters to use your ultimate ability or something like that. So again, we're all talking about different ideas to work around. Whatever the case is, whenever you use the ultimate ability, all your chakra should get depleted. All your abilities should get depleted. That's what I believe, right? Make there be a sacrifice to what it is. Even if they miss, right? There's something negatively affecting them, right? And especially the way they gain it back so much, you can have one combo and give it right back to them 10 seconds later, right? So that's annoying. Where are we? Awakening should be similar to X Factor from MVC3, temporary stat boost, and the characters transform into the respective super forms if they have them, and go back to normal one. And this should make transformations feel like transformations, not a model change. Again, I don't know. I haven't played Marvel vs. Capcom. I did one time, but I don't remember much about it, so I can't speak to the stats boost. Would I mind the transformations? No, I wouldn't mind them. I guess not. I don't feel too strongly any which way about that. As it stands now, it's just a cheap way to make your ultimate deal more damage. Literally half the battles an ultimate exchange between both players. Right. This guy, yeah, I need to add him. Hold on. Let me follow this guy. He doesn't even know. I didn't even want to go to the next bit. Oh, there we go. Cool. So we're back. And again, I just mentioned to see if it'd be cool if I was able to do that. And he says, yeah. Young Dagger D, again, shout out to you. Making Kane beatable. I beat him, but with enough health to where you couldn't even see my health. I just spam Raging Strike every time he used Planet Breaker. There was nothing else that could go along with this insane damage he outputs. Yeah, his special needs to be fixed. This has inspired me to make my own list. I have about 100 things, honestly, that I would really change in this game. Some are very subtle, some are major changes, but I think it'd be a worthy video to do. So I think I'll leave it there, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to, again, I want to shout out to Young Dagger D and also Young Dagger Dick, I'll say his name so you know on Reddit, and Desert Swordsman, for providing me the content to make this great video. Yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys think. What kind of nerfs, what kind of changes, or what would you want to see be implemented in Jump Force to make this a great game? Honestly, it's the first iteration. I understand a lot of the negative stuff that is being said about it. But again, what do you expect with a new game like this one? It is very ambitious, bringing in all these characters from different worlds. It is always going to be tough. The same thing was said when Smash Bros. First came around. The same thing was said when PlayStation's All-Stars came around. Very negative reviews, and that's just how these things go. So again, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like. More content like this on the way every single day. Drum Force content for you. The Soloist. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.